Hi everyone. Today I wanted to make like a quick video, as you can see, about me making some CMVs and my thought process behind it. As you can see, I'm currently working on a very big project for Epic the Musical, where I'm making CMVs for all of the songs, which is a lot. Um, For those of you who don't know, CMVs are cosplay music videos. So in cosplay, you're gonna make a music video for the songs. And here I have a list of the songs, and I've given every saga like a little color because I like my little colors to organize them and like know which one is which and where it ends. Um, and these three songs are green because I've actually already scripted them, so I can show you those to show you how I make my scripts. Um, and as you can see here, it's a little bit difficult to see, but we have three songs that are gonna be filmed with an 18 plus cast just because the subjects in it are a little iffy to do with an underage cast. Not that there's like anything like actually bad happening in there, but it's just subjects that are touched that I do not like to be touched with underage people. So therefore there are other ways of persuasion is going to be an 18 plus cast because Cersei is seducing and very much trying to do something with Odysseus. Same goes for Love in Paradise, same story. Calypso very much wants to do some no-no stuff with Odysseus, and the same, excuse me, and the same, of course, for Hold Them Down, because if you know Epic the Musical, you know that's one hell of a song. So I do want to do it because I want to do all the songs, but obviously with an 18 plus cast. That being said, I have here the first few sagas, like only written the top part. But here's the Cersei saga, and I will actually for now skip Puppeteer for a second. Um, and go to Wouldn't You Like to show you guys how like my scripts fully look, and then I can write the last part of the script with you guys maybe, so you can see and hear my thought process. But yeah, so this is Wouldn't You Like. At the top I've written in bold lettering which characters are involved in this segment, which in this case are Odysseus and Hermes, and I've put maybe Circe. I will show that later in the script where I have that in mind. And a quick note is that I give like the main character of the story or of the song I do not give a color, and then I give the other characters I do give a color. So in this case Hermes has the most lines, so Odysseus gets the color blue so I can see when Odysseus is talking. And then in the italic, so like the slightly bent letters and the little, I don't know how you say them in English, but like the little hooks, I'm just gonna call them, is where I have um, like um, notes basically for the acting. So in this case, like the first part is how it's gonna start. So Odysseus walking through the forest towards Circe's palace. He pushes branches aside and cuts the leaves away. And then at some point he hears rustling in the trees and looks up, but he doesn't see anything, so he continues walking. Um, that kind of stuff. I've written this very, how do you say it? Very neutral. I'll say it like that, in the sense that anyone can act these parts, because like especially for Hermes, I know a few Hermes cosplayers, and I know that they would be okay doing a backflip out of a tree, for example. But I don't know if all Hermes cosplayers can do that. So to give everyone a fair chance, I've written very neutral, and like if on set my Hermes cosplayer at that point tells me like, hey, you want me to do a backflip out of a tree, and I'm like, if you know for like 110% sure that you will not break your neck, sure, go ahead. But like, I want to keep it neutral so everyone has an option to play these characters. Because it's a passion project for not only me, but also my friends that I met at the Epic the Musical meetup at DCC. So I want to give all of them a chance to be able to work in this. But yeah, so for almost every line, I have like a quick small note of what the character is doing, so whoever is playing them knows a little bit of what they should be doing in that moment, but improv is always welcome and always appreciated. Here's a small part where I did like, um, didn't write per sentence, but just wrote it for the entire block because it's basically the same thing he's doing for every line. So I was like, just go wild. I'm gonna look if I can find where I had Cersei in mind. Oh yeah, here it is. Like, it's with the part where it's like, she can turn you to an animal that'll end up on her plate. I can't sing for shit, but it's fine. Um, but like, so first I had like in mind that he shows a vision of the pigs at Cersei's palace. See, I can't write. Palace. There we go. Um, that'll end up on a plate. The vision turns to the plate with pork on it, like which can maybe be like Cersei having the plate on her hand with like one of those tops over it and like revealing it. She can all but make you fall in love like you're on your 100th date. Um, then the vision turns to Cersei leading another man to her bed and charming him uh, with her smile or just like seducing him like she's gonna do with Odysseus later. Um, so that's where I could maybe have a Cersei, and I'm in luck that I have a Cersei cosplay. So even if I cannot find anyone else who wants to do Cersei for this one, I can also shove myself in there. But I have it for some other characters as well um, that I want like a certain character in there if I can get them. But if I can't, I can write them out like that. It's easy enough like that. I think I have that in the other two songs, which we can look at in a second. I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys. Um, but yeah, this is how I write my script. I don't know if it's like good enough or like if there's enough structure that people understand this, but why is my laptop yelling at me? I don't know. It's fine. Um, but yeah, what was I? Oh, I was gonna talk about like other characters that I had, for example. Oh yeah, here in stop yelling at me. Here in Dunfor, you have of course Cersei, Odysseus. Um, I have maybe Hermes here because in the fighting part. Where's the fighting part? Where's the part about freaking Hermes? Oh, here. Hermes gave it to you, didn't he? Then Cersei like opens a curtain in her palace and glares at Hermes, who's like hovering outside the window. So that's where I would want Hermes to be at. And for the nymphs, I also have like maybe some nymphs noted down. Like just some extra characters to like fill the void, have some people around, so it doesn't look very dead, you know. Which is the same that I have over here, I believe. Like I have the crew from Odysseus and the nymphs again standing here um, to just fluff up the scenes, and that's the same here for this one. I don't think I've actually added them on top here. No, I didn't. Can't even follow my own process. How did I write it down here? Ooh, hold on. characters involved. Um, Characters involved. Oh, Odysseus, Eurylochus, the crew, Circe, maybe some nymphs. Ooh, yep, there we go. Oh, dot. We came across a palace. Inside we heard a voice. Seemed to show no malice. To greet it was choice. Think could prepare us for the power that awaited inside. Don't mind my singing. I am not good, and I know that, but um, sir, since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster, hostile creatures that we could resist. This was a hell of a twist, because we are weak to a power like this. What was it? A woman. What? She had us just 2 words. Come inside. I usually like either read or sing the lines to myself, just so I know uh, what I'm working with at that moment. And usually when I sing it, the not the lines, the scenes come into my head automatically, to like fill them in and fill in what I want from it. Um, Wait, no, I want this one there, so there's a maybe like that. Okay, so now we're gonna start here. And with, hold on, I don't need that. With, like, take, didn't I write this? I thought I wrote this. Oh no, I wrote the part above that, don't worry. Just kidding, I wrote that in my break at work. Take a seat, take a seat. Earlier I did already do the motion to the seats and the tables in the room, so here I would maybe put it more like Circe gently pulls one of the men down in a chair, um, softly squeezing his shoulders for a moment. Let me bring you all something to eat. Oh, not with color, please. Um, she motions to the nymphs and they walk over with plates of food and wine. I bet you're tired from the years spent on your feet. I've got you, don't worry, Cersei's got you now. Cersei steps back and addresses the whole group, charming them with her smile. So that. Then we put Eurylochus down a little. We put it like that. Um, by the time they ate, it was far too late. Um, it switches back to Eurylochus as he sighs and looks at the ground. To Cersei's palace, we're gonna name it. Cersei holds up some of the food, probably some fruit, and seems to inspect it. Shows the crew eating like their life depends on it. Cersei looks at the crew and quietly scoffs. The crew starts to cough and act nervous, knowing something is wrong. Uh, Cersei, Cersei squishes the fruit she was inspecting, symbolizing how she squished the crew by turning them into pigs. Nope. D. If possible, showing the crew turns to pigs. Cersei smiles, looking over her. Now looking around the room, the crew. No. Um, I'm thinking for this one. What can we make of this? Maybe show a transition from the empty seats to a roasted pig on the table. I needed this. No, I needed that. For no, Cersei walks to her nymphs, smiling at them and showing them that they are safe again. Sorry, I quickly was looking around because my friends were all messaging me, but we're gonna continue because we're almost done here, so then I can show it to my friends who may not compete, it's not a fucking competition, but who may participate in this. Uh, they transformed. Uh, Eurylochus looks at Odysseus' shoulders and really trying to convey. That's not how you write that. His point. That's how you write that. Sorry, they were talking about Efteling stuff and doing a meetup there, which is chaotic, but it sounds fun, so I wish them luck. Uh, this is the price. I'm gonna keep this as at Cersei is talking to her nymphs in her throne room. I know she's not a queen, she's a goddess, same thing. Um, Holding something similar to a speech. Sorry, we keep going. I'm missing one sentence here, and it's pissing me off. It needs to be that blue. We have to go save them. No, we don't. Yes, we do. Anyway, she turned around. Eurylochus looks at his weapon hesitantly. Listen, I love Cersei as a mother, even if the nymphs aren't her biological children. I will die on this hill. Cersei is a very good mother to them. Uh, so I just want some mom Cersei moments in this CMV. Meanwhile, Eurylochus is starting to be a pussy and walks to the boats. Walk to the boats. Whoever is gonna play Cersei can discuss that with the nymphs, what they want to do there. This is gonna be Odysseus of Ithaca. So close, yet so far. Nay, I said, oh, Odysseus of... No, we don't need the full title. Grabs his sword and his head turns to the forest. I'm actually gonna keep this as one part. Eurylochus whips around and grabs Odysseus's shoulder. He turns him to the boats and the few crew that they have left, trying to convince him to just leave. Again, keeping it open, keeping it vague, because then people can do their own stuff, and I like it when people can improvise and do their own stuff a little. Otherwise it becomes so rigid and just not fun. So Odysseus sighs, looking at the ships and his crew. He turns to Eurylochus, his eyes tired and a little teary. That I don't know if that's a word, but I know what I mean, and that's what it's all about. Hand on Eurylochus's shoulder. And then we have Odysseus turns around and walks into the forest. Because Odysseus, no, walks towards the forest, we make it. Because apparently he did have some more lines. No, not with a color. Circe is standing in her courtyard watching the going ons. She looks from the... She looks down to a sword from one of the crew. I'm just gonna keep it like that because it's a continuation of this one, but we first have this. He grabs Odysseus's arm, trying to stop him. Then we have this, no color. Trying to stop him. Circe looks up to her nymphs who are all working together. Eurylochus turns Odysseus towards the boats. Odysseus is one more time in here, so with the I have to try, I'm gonna just put this here already because I know this, so this is gonna be Odysseus turns around and walks into the forest. Now, quickly looking up at the sun, because that's her father, so that's a cool little reference in there. Odysseus sighs and shakes his head before pulling free. Now, Circe plays around a little with her magic, helping some of the nymphs with it. She's a clever witch. Yes, she is. Rilke slowly backs away from Odysseus. Who needs me? Circe. I can't type. Circe side hugs two of her nymphs and ruffles the hair of another. I'm sorry, I'm just... If no one loves Circe as a mother, I am dead. I'm sorry. It's a game of wits. Eurylochus. Why do I want him to mimic the magic, but he hasn't seen the magic, so... taps against Odysseus's forehead. Then we do it like that. Line in the air. We draw the line. I'm gonna add it like she is teaching the nymphs. Like in a sense of that she is teaching them like to set up boundaries or something similar to that, and she just like with her magic like draws a line, which my mind thinks it's very cool, but I have to make sure it gets cool on the video. Pointing at the boats. Watch from above. Maybe should I do the sun from here? I mean, Circe can't watch from the sun chariot, so... No, I know it. She's gonna look for Hermes in the trees. She looks up at the trees like she is trying to find someone. We had that one. Oh. Circe shows off some more of her magic to her nymphs, maybe in shadows, alluding to the pigs. And there's that. That's how I've written my scripts for... I'm sorry, my scripts for... well, in this case, for the Circe saga. So I can give this a little green color as well. The next saga I will start with... I have this as third or fourth to film, but I might switch it around in the sense that I am gonna do the Ithaca saga next, just because I have a few really cool ideas for some of the songs already. But yeah, I'll focus on that later. I'll give the Circe saga here a little color as well. But yeah, I hope you liked having this little look of you guys, or well, this little look of my CMVs, and you liked me taking you guys along to write the last part of my CMVs for this part, and to see how I write my CMVs, because I know everyone writes scripts differently, but yeah, I hope it was fun. If it's fun, let me know down in the comments. I'll try to do it more often. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you watched until the end. And yeah, until next time, I think.